The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services didn't just appear out of thin air. Those of us here today are folks who are committed to and work on public policy. And the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services came about in all of its different offices based on policy decisions, conversations, understanding of how people are impacted, what services they need, and lessons learned over time on how best to deliver those services. Now, it is not surprising that a new administration might want to change what that looks like or how that work is done. But what the Trump administration is doing, it's like coming into an office building as a new tenant and saying, you know what, I don't want it to look like this. But instead of having conversations on how best to restructure, they are just tearing down walls, tearing down beams. And what we're left with is just rubble. And the fear is, who are the folks left in that rubble? It is our most vulnerable. And to take away every single staff person responsible for administering low-income energy assistance, yeah, they might not have cut the funds, but they've taken away all the institutional knowledge and all the ability of anyone who works on that program across this country to have a point person, for anyone federally to administer those funds. And while, yes, we are very concerned for next winter, that funding also goes to help the elderly in the summer heat, to ensure that they don't have strokes or die from high heating. And so it's just, as was mentioned, calling on this administration to think things through, which isn't much of an ask. Don't just tear it all apart. Make decisions that are informed, because you're hurting people. So yes, I mean, there's conversations going on about, is it raining, right, using the rainy day fund, but with these cuts coming 2, 3, 4 a day at this point in time, there's only so much we can do. And of course, we will step up. We are not going to let our citizens go cold, but it's ridiculous at this point in time. And we all pay federal taxes too.
That's right.